Okay, hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Game, otherwise known as the QB1 podcast. Today, once again, we have Dom Zilla joining us. Jonah, where are you at? Come back, please. It's all good. Today, we're going to be talking football, obviously, and preseason football, recapping that, giving some predictions for this coming NFL season. So, first up here on the docket, we have the Browns quarterback situation. Now, in the preseason, the Browns, Dylan Gabriel was kind of taking like subtle shot after subtle shot at Shedeur Sanders and talking. He made an entertainer comment saying some people are actual players, some people are just entertainers, like as if Shedeur is a globetrotter. He's saying, I guess. I don't really know, but Gabriel is listed at QB2 on the depth chart, and Shedeur is QB3. What do you think of this, and who do you think is going to be the better quarterback overall? Now, I will say to start. Gabriel had 272 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick in the preseason with an 87 passer rating, whereas Sanders had 152 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, and a passer rating of 96. So a little bit better, and obviously he was kind of getting screwed at the end there, getting taken out and playing with the third and fourth string guys, but he was making it work when he was in there. So what do we make about this?
Dylan, this is me stepping out of my pro football mode right now and thinking like an analyst. Right. Dylan is a good quarterback. Shedeur is a good quarterback. Both obviously have room of improvement, but I feel as if Shedeur is a better quarterback. The shots that were being thrown, Dylan came out and said like it wasn't nothing towards Shedeur. Obviously, when the media, takes something and runs with it, they're gonna, take something and run with it. So,
yeah.
For him to get the backlash, Shedeur, maybe it wasn't. We don't really know, right? We don't really know. Only Dylan knows what exactly that shot was, right?
Sure.
Shedeur should be QB2. Right, Shedeur should be QB2, and it's a perfect situation for the both of them.
It is. Right? It really is.
To learn, to grow behind Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco is a Hall of Fame, right? So obviously, it's not the time for Shedeur or Dylan, right? So stoke up as much as you can behind Joe, so that when these are given to you, you take off with them, right? But Shedeur should be QB2 in my opinion. Numbers don't lie as well, so numbers are pretty much who the better quarterback is, who the better quarterback was in the preseason.
That's true. I hope neither of them get to play during this season. I hope they keep Flacco in the whole time because quarterbacks need time to develop. That is like the biggest problem in the NFL right now is young quarterbacks being given up on. Like Anthony Richardson, for example, I think he's still 22 or 23 years old, and the Colts have essentially given up on him. And he's a solid player when he gets to play. I know health has been a little bit of an issue, but you gotta leave him in there and let him play. Or the preferred method, like the Packer way, you let him sit for a while, learn, take up the juice, and then when it's ready, have you play, and then hopefully dominate. But I just hope, with the way the Browns mess up quarterbacks over the years, I hope they don't ruin these two. I hope they both get get their fair shot. And I think
not to cut you off.
Yeah.
They should have kept Kenny Pickett and traded one of them two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel that they should have been given, I would say, a fresher start than Cleveland. Again, this may be an event, right? Having two, this is like to Joe Flacco, having two rookies as your backup. So you got to look at the front office.
That's true.
Do we really want to win? Right? I know you guys say you're starting me because we want to win games. God forbid, say I go down. Are we trusting one of these rookies to help us? Shedeur did it, right? Shedeur did it in the preseason. He showed you he can do it. Was he consistent? Yeah, right? we know he has work to do, right? But being Joe Flacco, it's like, well, it's nice to have a veteran at the back too, where maybe, hey, I can take the lead on this rookie. You can take the lead on this rookie. If I'm down, you're up, and then they're both still watching, right? Something like that. So, yeah, that's it. They just need more veteran depth.
That's a good point, because obviously, if you're Joe Flacco, I would assume within the Browns organization are expected to kind of mentor both the rookies, and then you have your hands full with both of them and trying to teach them up. But yeah, and still doing your own thing. So I do like that your point that they should have kept Kenny Pickett and kind of had one each, or it obviously traded one of the rookies. So then there's not all these questions surrounding the Browns if Joe Flacco were to go down. Now, a boring topic to some people, but I am a big fan of Spencer Rattler, and he has been named QB1 in New Orleans. Honestly, New Orleans is going to suck again. They don't really have any weapons on offense besides Alvin Kamara. Besides Alvin Kamara, they don't have shit. And their coaching is pretty spotty, but I like Spencer Rattler. I think he's a baller. He's a player. And I hope he does good this year. So, Spencer Rattler, please prove him wrong, man. Please get out there.
It'll be interesting. To tie the QB situation in Cleveland to this one, you should have traded one of the quarterbacks to New Orleans.
That's true. They definitely would have taken either one of them, I'm sure.
Dylan Gabriel definitely would have been a day one starter in New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I feel like he would fit him and Kellen Moore. Right? Him and Kellen Moore, the offensive mind that Kellen Moore has. Mm-hmm. The passing consistency that Dylan Gabriel can show. Right? You develop that if you're Kellen Moore. Right? And then again, you have Spencer Rattler, Taysom Hill, if he wants to throw fling into the quarterback room there as well. You have two veterans, I would say, that could help him as while he's starting. You know what I'm saying? I don't take either of those guys, nobody in New Orleans to be jealous, right? So they would relish to the fact that, okay, a rookie starting, let's help him out as much as we can. If he needs us, if the team needs us, boom, we make our money how we make our money, and we do what we need to do to win games, right? So, yeah, one of the Cleveland quarterbacks definitely could have been. Well, man, but Spencer Rattler, he's a dog, bro. He's a dog, and he's with the correct play calling, right? He's like you say, they don't really have the pieces offensively to help him, propel his game as how he needs to. I trust Chris Olave. I'll always say I trust him.
Yeah, of course.
Alvin Kamara, he's going to be Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Right? Can't only rely on Alvin Kamara, Chris Olave, Taysom Hill occasionally at tight end.
Yeah, they just don't have the depth. I don't think they have the O-line. They don't really have
exactly. And then yeah, exactly. Like you just said, the O-line situation, right? Signed Dominic Moore, but it's an interesting situation there, right? It's a young offensive line. They're pretty good too. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty solid. Mm-hmm. All right, but it's gonna take a lot, especially being in the NFC South. Yeah, you need an O line to win the NFC South, especially with the line. The Panthers D line occasionally, the Falcons occasionally, right? So it takes a solid offensive line to help out, which they have. It's just they need more,
That's true. Yeah, Kellen Moore and Dylan Gabriel, both rookie quarterback, rookie head coach. That'd be really nice. You'd have, obviously they're both young as a coach and then as a player, so you'd have a lot of time. You're not supposed to do anything the next couple of years anyhow, so you have a lot of time to learn each other and kind of start building something. And I just don't feel like they're trying to build anything right now. I don't. They have the coach, but not taking Shador or Dylan Gabriel, taking Tyler Show. I'm not really impressed by him at all, or I haven't really seen too much. And I love Spencer Rattler, and I hope it works out, but yeah, they're just, I don't know. That would have been another interesting way to go.
To ask you, what do you think Kevin Stefanski's doing? Because obviously they're not winning. They're not. I don't think they plan on winning anything anytime. So what do you think Kevin Stefanski's doing right now?
I think he's shitting his pants because he's probably going to get fired this year. That's what I think.
Okay.
I think he's on the hot seat, most definitely. And you're right, they're not going to be winning anything this year, especially in that division. Might be the hardest division, that and the NFC North. So, yeah, I don't really know. Like, he's not, I don't know, starting Joe Flacco, and then you got those two. You got a lot of decent quarterbacks, but that's not a good quarterback situation to have right now. All those guys. Now, for some division and award predictions, in the NFC North now, I had the Lions winning it. However, there's been some developing news coming out of Green Bay where we have maybe the best defensive player in the NFL, at least top 5, coming over. Thank you, Jerry Jones. The Packers continue to own the Cowboys. And we have Micah Parsons now, 11 from heaven, although he's wearing number 1 now.
Yeah.
He's the odds-on favorite to win DPOY. And the Packers have a good track record of trading or signing defensive players over the years. We got Reggie White and Charles Woodson. And shortly after both those, we won the Super Bowl.
Okay. So you're predicting that for Green Bay?
I'm predicting they win the North, and yeah, I'll predict them going to the Super Bowl. I'll do it. I predicted the Eagles last year, and I was right. So,
okay,
I have a little say. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Packers fan. I got the shirt on, but I predicted the Eagles to win the Super Bowl last year, and I was right. So,
well, the monsters of the Midway made a couple moves this offseason, so. We're gonna, you know where the heart is for me, dog. It's me being a fan. We do have to see them twice. I think twice. We got to see everybody in the North twice. So
yeah,
you know what I'm gonna say, man. Until Micah sees, comes to Soldier Field and takes care of business, I'm not worried about Green Bay at all. I'm worried about Green Bay, man.
You Bears fans kept saying we were so close to sweeping you last season. Like, yeah, we blocked the field goal and won the first one. But the second game, after halftime, we had all our backups in.
Packers fans are still complaining about our dubs, Bears fans. This is a year later, they're still complaining about it. They just got the best defender in the NFL, and they're still complaining about a win from 12 months ago. Okay, we're up. Got you spooked. That's it. Bear down.
Okay. And then in the NFC South, this could be an interesting one. I have the Falcons.
Oh, that's bold. I want to hear why.
Okay. Well, in the little we got to see of Michael Penix, I really liked Michael Penix a lot. It's mainly the belief in him. Their defense is actually kind of stepping up, and I'm thinking is a little solid. And they got a lot of pieces on offense. They got a lot of weapons, a decent O-line. I don't know. I like what I see out of the Falcons. I have the Buccaneers making the playoffs, of course, but I just think the Falcons take the division maybe on a tiebreaker or by one game.
That's interesting.
I don't hate if anyone says the Bucs. I completely understand that.
That's not to be a bandwagon, but we're just talking play. It's I'd rather have a defense that is solid than a defense that's, what did you say about the Falcons, coming together or stepping up?
Yeah, stepping up.
Right?
They have their moments.
The Bucs defense, I know what to expect, right? It's a dominant defense, a very run-stopping, in-gritty defense. If they need to play the pass, they're going to play the pass, but you know for a fact that they're going to stop the run, right? And, I assume we're leaving in New Orleans out. I assume that already. So we're looking at a division where it's Tampa. Offensively, Tampa's winning that.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive, Tampa's winning. Now, coaching-wise, I don't know. I'm in the middle. I love Raheem Morris. Dog of a coach. Right? But Todd Bowles is also a dog. Raheem is a dog of a coach. He's going to get those guys right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that'll be interesting. You know the North is it has to come down to those two. Right?
Yeah.
In the defense wins championships.
That's true.
Championships. So yeah, it'll be interesting down south. It'll definitely be interesting down south. So.
It will. And for the East, I don't think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be the Eagles, the Commanders, the Redskins, whatever. I think they overachieved last year. I think maybe they take a step back win-wise. I think they still make the playoffs, but I see them as like a 10-7, 11-6 team. And I don't see them taking the division at all.
I don't know. You think that was just all hype, dog? You don't think the Commanders they were supposed to do?
I don't think they're gonna. Dude, they had some like really lucky wins. Being a Bears fan, you would know.
Yeah.
And I think they're really good, and I think they're gonna make the playoffs. But I mean, their Eagles are the team to beat, literally the defending champs. But in terms of the Commanders, I do think they overachieved a bit last year, and I think they come back down to reality a little bit now that teams have gotten to see Jane Daniels for a full season. I still think they're a good team. I just don't think I'm not buying into their hype and investing. I don't think they're going up more. I think they're plateauing, at least.
I don't know, man. They had a hell of an offseason, right? You sign it, you bring in a dominant veteran on defense in Von Miller, Bobby Wagner. You bring in a Debo, right, who can practically play anywhere on the field.
That's true.
You re-sign Terry, which is a major.
That was big. I wasn't sure they were going to do that.
Exactly.
It was looking like no, but they pulled it off.
You bolster the offensive line and grab the best tackle in the game in Laramie Tunsil. Man, so let me just say, I'm so happy. If I'm not a Commanders Redskins fan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Laramie Tunsil fan, right? I loved him in Houston. I loved him in Miami. I love him more.
Yeah.
Laramie Tunsil, but having him in that offense with Jaden Daniels being the quarterback that he is, you had Debo, you had Terry McLaurin, you re-signed Terry McLaurin. I don't know who the running back is. The running back situation is another interesting topic that eventually, but. Laramie Tunsil, like, bolstering that O-line. You got an Illinois legend in Nick Allegretti, right? Charles Leno, another solid O-lineman, right? It's a great O-line.
Dude knows his O-line. Let's go. He knows his own lineman.
It'll be interesting out east. I'm not Eagles are yeah, right. But it'll be Eagles and the Commanders, Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
Like going at it again.
Yeah, another 2-horse race for the West. That's an interesting one. I have the 49ers personally. They were injured a lot last year, like a lot. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. He just didn't look like it at the end because he was throwing to practice squad guys the entire season. They're getting everyone back. I love their coaching, obviously. Their coaching is insane. Maybe not in the Super Bowl, but until then, their coaching is incredible. And I think the 49ers take that division. I have the Rams making the playoffs, but I think the 49ers are going to come back and take that division with a vengeance.
Okay, all right. Neighbors aren't going to like this too much with me being in Seattle and all, but Niner, man, Niner Nation.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna get it done. I don't know, man, but don't sleep on the Cardinals though. Turn out the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is still Kyler Murray. He's still a dog. You know what I'm saying? Marv is getting it together.
Yeah,
right?
They got a top 3 tight end as well.
Trey McBride is a dog, right? Yeah, the O-line, you got Paris Johnson, dog.
Here we go, O-line.
James Conner, dog.
James Conner's a dog, yes.
Defense is one of those defenses, as you can say, it's stepping up. They're getting it.
Yeah.
Right. Trust Buda Baker to make plays wherever plays are needed to be made.
Mm-hmm.
So It'll be interesting out west, but I mean, I'm with you. I got the Niners, man. I got the Niners all the way.
Awesome. For the AFC North, I have the Ravens. At the very least, they are a regular season juggernaut. I don't see anything less than 12 wins. I think that's their floor is 12 wins.
4 wins.
Yeah, I think so. Bengals are gonna be better. I hope. I mean, defense wins championships. Defense also loses every single game for the offense. The Steelers. I love Aaron Rodgers. We'll talk about him coming up, but I think they're 9-8, 10-7. I think they're a little mid.
Yeah. And Shiesty, man. Joe Shiesty and them boys, bro. Joe Shiesty and them boys. I'm putting my money all on them.
You got the Bengals. Okay.
Another team that I feel with Dominic Moore on your O-line, they get to the promised land.
Yes.
They get back to the promised land, I should say. But no, in all seriousness, Joe, like what the Bengals obviously all season, it was a chaotic offseason for the Bengals to say the least.
Yeah. Re-signed Trey Hendrickson, right?
Yeah. But you pay the players that you needed to pay. Some took longer than others, but you brought back the pieces that you need to win a championship, right? To win a Super Bowl, to get back to the Super Bowl and actually win it, right? Because if I'm gonna get bold right now, I got the Bengals and the Eagles in the Super Bowl next year.
Wow.
I have Cincinnati and Philadelphia in the Super Bowl next year, right? And I know I'll always preach Chicago. My pops was a Kansas City fan. I'll always say, go Chiefs. But I have the Bengals winning the AFC, and obviously the Eagles winning the NFC. So you re-sign those pieces, you extend those pieces, and then you bring in more pieces to help the other pieces, right? The Bengals did that, right? Great coaching staff, great quarterback, receivers, we know that. Defense, they're coming together. But they're still a dominant defense as well. But yeah, that's my team up north.
That's fair. They have best quarterback in the NFL.
Eesh. That's see. We gotta. I think this is like a 2-parter episode. That's a debate that I can talk about an hour for. How are we going to? Are we just forgetting that? Are we forgetting? I think you're forgetting who just won the MVP. All right, love Joe, love him, but he's also in the AFC with Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Those are 3. All right, it's no.
Who do you have, Josh Allen?
Josh, it's Josh.
Okay.
And I was one of those guys this past season. I was like, all right, numbers don't lie. Lamar should have won MVP. His numbers were by far better than Josh. It was statistically proven. But if I took some time to reflect on what Josh Allen did, and I watched all 17 games and playoff games. He's gotten better every game, bro.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, okay, Lamar's going to be Lamar every game. Josh had his moments, but then he grew off those moments, and it showed every single game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it was deserving to go to Josh, but Josh Allen is the best quarterback.
Okay. All right, that'll be an interesting video coming up if we do that. You have Josh Allen, I have Joe Burrow. We'll talk about that. I like that. I don't hate that at all. That's not a terrible take at all. In the AFC South, we have the Texans. I don't think any other team's even going to be 500, so I think that's an easy choice.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. That's an easy pick. I'm not going to really get too much into the who's on the tip, what's on the tip. Yeah.
AFC East, I have the Bills. I think that's an easy choice as well. Patriots are looking solid, but they're not going to win the division. They're not threatening that. The Dolphins, who knows what's going on with the Dolphins? They might be They might be a 10-win team, but they definitely ain't winning the division.
10 win.
They might be. They might be. That's their ceiling. That's their ceiling.
For the boys, I'm not gonna lie. I see them at 8-9, 8-8. Nah, I see them there.
Yeah.
Right? I'm surprised if they won 8.
Okay. I think they get 8. I think they're a 9-8 team, 8-9 team. I think they're one of those two.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bills all the way. They got the second best quarterback in the NFL. Obviously Bills. I like it a lot. If Bills would be winning Super Bowls every year if Kansas City didn't exist, but unfortunately for them, they do. So, I assume you have the Bills as well.
Yeah.
Pretty easy. Yeah. And then the AFC West, I think, is pretty easy as well in terms of winning the division. I think the Chiefs are pretty easily going to take that. The Raiders look a lot more interesting than they have in previous years. The Chargers are a solid team, but I don't think they're threatening the division win at all.
Yeah. My girlfriend isn't going to like me too much for saying this, but hard Raiders. It's East Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? It's their division. So, boys are.
Yeah. Until they lose it, I'm not picking anyone but the Chiefs once someone beats them, then maybe we can revisit it. But until then, I'm picking Chiefs every year.
Until they lose it to somebody in the division.
Yeah.
Then did it right. Like, okay, the Chargers are okay. They're serious. Now we can have the conversation of Chiefs, Chargers, Raiders. You know, that's stuff like that.
Yeah.
So until they lose to somebody in the division, it's the Chiefs all day.
Mm-hmm. Now, who are your top 5 Super Bowl contenders? Obviously, you gave your prediction for the Super Bowl. Who are your Super Bowl contenders? Who are your top 5 teams to look out for, like total across the NFL, both conferences? Doesn't have to be like in order roughly, but who you got like around your top 5?
In order, because that's the only way I know how to go.
Okay,
so,
for sure.
Eagles, Bengals, 1-2.
Eagles, Bengals. Okay.
Eagles, Bengals. Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Buffalo.
Yeah.
Gonna stir the pot with this one. But my neighbors would love me for it. Seattle is that fifth. That's just be on the lookout. That's it. Just be on the lookout.
Okay.
Right. It's interesting, but with me being in the area, me listening to what's going on, me seeing what's going on, they're a dark horse. That's the good word. The dark horse.
Okay.
Right? Seattle's my dark horse Super Bowl winners.
Okay. All right. That's a dark horse. I'm cool with that. I have the Eagles.
Yeah.
I have. I'm throwing the Packers in there. I have the Bills, obviously, the Chiefs, and I wanna put the Ravens in there. I just don't know if I can. Okay, something happens every single year. I'll put the Ravens in there, but if they sell again, I'm not putting them in my top 5 Super Bowl contenders ever again. They let me down again. Those weren't in order, but those were my 5.
Yeah, that's good.
I need the Bengals to make the playoffs again first. Then we'll talk about the Super Bowl.
Bengals?
I need them to just make the playoffs again. Then we can talk about the Super Bowl.
I'll be there.
All right, now, Aaron Rodgers. My guy, my GOAT. He is on the Steelers. Do we have a good season coming or not? Final year of his career, more than likely. I'm pretty sure he said that. This looks to be his final year. Do you see in the loaded division, nonetheless loaded conference, do we see them even making the playoffs? And how good of a season can Aaron Rodgers have?
Yes, they're making the playoffs. I see them being a wild card team that surprises everybody.
Okay.
Right? And I don't want to wish this on anybody, but they have a slow start. But Aaron Rodgers realizes who Aaron Rodgers is, and he puts the pieces together how he needs to, and the team comes together behind him. Yeah, they sneak their way into the wild card. meet Lamar in the wild card, somehow beat Lamar in the wild card, then they go on to see whoever else. It'll be interesting. Great defense. I love the Steelers defense, man. I'll tell you, I love their defense.
Talk about defense. That's the way to do it right there.
Top 3 defense in the league.
Year in, year out with mid offenses, which doesn't help a defense. With usually kind of subpar offenses, the defense just as consistent as it comes.
Yeah, top 3 defense in my opinion, man. It's it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. You give away, because that's practically what it was. You give away George Pickens.
Yeah.
Give him up, right? Which is a solid pick. Like, it was a solid piece for Pittsburgh. It would have been a piece alongside DK.
Yes.
So, because it would have made defenses think. Mm-hmm. And they're both 2 dominant receivers. It's like, how do you game plan on both of them? Say there's a play where they're both on the same side. Are you going to have your one corner, your number 1 corner, play middle? Play them both?
Yeah, right.
And now it's pretty much, I feel like the Steelers' offense has become predictable. All right? It's become predictable. If they're not going to run the ball, Aaron Rodgers is going to get it to Pat Freiermuth.
Yep.
DK. Right? And it's like, it's easy to game plan against that, right? It's not easy to game plan against Aaron Rodgers, but it's easy to game plan against.
Yeah, that's fair.
A very predictable offense is very easy to game plan against. Right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. That team is interesting, but dominant defense, I love their defense. Now it's pretty much, I feel like the Steelers' offense has become predictable. All right? It's become predictable. If they're not going to run the ball, Aaron Rodgers is going to get it to Pat Freiermuth.
Yep.
DK. Right? And it's like, it's easy to game plan against that, right? It's not easy to game plan against Aaron Rodgers, but it's easy to game plan against.
Yeah, that's fair.
A very predictable offense is very easy to game plan against. All right? So, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. That team is interesting, but dominant defense, I love their defense.
I think Aaron Rodgers has a mid-year by his standards. I think it's going to be a good year, but I think the Steelers are going to be 10-7 and make the playoffs. So I think I pray he gets to the playoffs at least in his final year. I'd love to see that. And I would say normally that they don't make the playoffs, but they're above 500 or 500 every single year, and now you're going to go from like in years past, like a Kenny Pickett to an Aaron Rodgers, that has to equal playoffs. I just don't see how it doesn't. So I see them getting in the playoffs. I like your take that they shock a team in the wild card. I do think that's highly possible. And then they'll probably lose in the divisional round, but it'll be a good send-off, good year for Aaron. Now, who are your 3 biggest sleeper teams this year?
Seattle, like I said.
Seattle.
My dark horse. Bear down. 3 is interesting because it's a lot of uncertainty regarding this team.
Okay.
But I feel like their playmakers are going to be the mold of this team, and they're going to get this team where they need to get to.
Cleveland. Okay.
I feel like Myles Garrett is gonna be a game where he has to put Cleveland on his back, and he's gonna on his own defensively, right? Offense, they're gonna do what they can, but you're gonna every time Myles Garrett steps on the field, the ball is coming the other way, right? He's gonna get the offense right back on the field. So obviously, bear down being the offseason that Chicago just had.
Yeah.
You got Superman back for year 2. He looks stronger. He looks healthier. He looks better than ever. Right? He's understanding the offense. You have Ben Johnson, who is a hell of a play caller. I am excited.
Yeah,
right?
He's fantastic.
The coaching staff who he built, he took Dallas's defensive their cornerback. Great cornerback. I forgot his name, but great. You got Antoine Randall L as your receivers coach / assistant head coach, right? Great energy. He has great energy on right there.
Yep.
Enemy as your running backs coach. You know how great Eric Bieniemy is, right?
Yeah.
He's a Super Bowl Hall of Fame. He's that coach.
Yeah,
right?
He's a good coach.
You also have him have a say in what the offense can run, right? So you have an offensive mind like Ben Johnson and Bieniemy working together, right? Bieniemy, Nolan Johnson, their minds coming together. You got C-Dub, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Luther Burden, my dog, Luther, my dog, love you, boy. Like, and then you go and then pick up the pieces that we desperately needed in the O-line, right? My goodness, I'm so excited about this damn O-line. Excuse my language. But you do that, and then you know the defense is going to do what the defense does. Plus, we have a dominant run stopper in Grady Jarrett in the middle. This is passion right now. I'm loving it. Like, I can play. Look. This is also like I'm getting hit up by coaches right now. So like that's kind of why like I'm doing this too. So like I just got that drive to play again. But back to the topic at hand. Grady Jarrett being a dominant run stopper. All right? You don't need him to necessarily rush the passer. You just need him to be from point A to point B to stop the run. Let the passer do. Montez Sweat is going to get the job done. He's going to get wherever he needs to get to. The corners, the DBs, they're going to do whatever they need to do. They're going to get the ball. They're going to take it back the other way. Right? That defense is going to do exactly what the defense is supposed to do. And then Seattle already said it. Right? I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing a lot. I'm seeing a lot. Seattle's going to be one of those teams that it's like, okay, where did they come from? Mm-hmm. And then you're going to look back at this and be like, Dom warned you guys.
Okay. I'll clip it.
That's it.
All right. My three teams, I have three NFC teams. I think it's hard to be a sleeper team in the AFC with how many good teams there are. I think I have all different teams. Number one is the Panthers. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but Bryce Young, after he got benched, he looked like a fantastic quarterback coming back from the benching.
Scary.
He was given every single. He almost beat the Tampa Bay in like late week 16 or 17. I think that game went to overtime. He was giving them problems. He's looking legit. So if the Panthers are on your team's schedule, it's going to be a tougher game than you think.
Yeah.
I think they might be 6-11, but I don't think the Panthers are going to be nearly as bad. They're going to give teams a lot of problems.
Yeah.
My number two team is the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals a lot. They're a sleeper to make the playoffs. Kyler Murray is a dog. James Conner is a dog. Their defense, like I was saying, is stepping up. So I think they give teams a lot of problems as well. They had a tough division, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But I think they're a good sleeper team. And then my last team is the Dallas Cowboys. Not saying they're going to do a ton, but their offense is going to be elite. Having Dak Prescott back, and now you add George Pickens, going to be elite. Their offense is always good. They always get like 30 points a game. Their defense is a big question mark, especially now that Mike is gone. But I think everyone's forgetting about Dallas.
Honestly, not to cut you off, but that's the biggest question mark, man. Micah Parsons was your defense.
I know.
Right?
You say now we get better against the run now that he's gone, but now you're going to suck against the pass, and you're most likely going to be down in a lot of games and have to pass a lot. So,
yeah, I like Kenny Clark though. Kenny Clark in Dallas.
I love Kenny Clark. He's a great player.
He can rush the passer if need be. So
yeah.
Not like it's a major loss, but like it's not that big of a deal the way Jerry's making it like seem. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
He can rush the passer. He can rush the passer, and he's going to stop the run.
Mm-hmm. And now, who are we got two quick things. Who are your teams most likely to disappoint?
Go first. I saw your list. Kind of annoyed with it.
That's true. You did see my list. I did send it to you. I have two teams. I have the Dolphins. They're getting their guys back, but like I said, they might be good. They might suck. They're really a true wild card team, and I think for their fans, thinking they're getting Tua back. Like, I could see them as a decent team. 10-7 is their ceiling, but they might be like I'm thinking 9 or 8 or 8 and 9, and maybe that's what people think they might be. But I don't know. I think they could easily disappoint. Not they have their starters back. And then my second team, historically, you can't argue with it. It's the Chicago Bears. I love their coaching. Their coaching is now incredible. I don't like Ben Johnson because he has beef with Matt LaFleur for whatever reason. But he's a great coach. But the Bears just always disappoint. Ask any of their fans. They will say, I need to see it first before I get my hopes up again. I admire your optimism. I think they'll be a good team, but I've been hearing that I grew up in the Chicago area, not the Chicago area per se, but the suburbs. So all my friends, most of them are Bears fans, and I got to hear it every single year. And every single year, I turned out to be right. I remember a couple years ago, they started off like with it might have been Justin Fields. They started off like 3-0, 4-0, and then they finished the year like 5-12 or whatever it was. And
I don't like you right now, by the way.
Just everyone has them. I think everyone has them like going to the playoffs, or a lot of people do. I don't think they get there, especially in the stacked NFC North. I think they could be a solid team, but if they disappoint, don't be surprised. I think the definition of delusion or whatever is expecting a different result.
Okay.
Or insanity, that's what it is.
My teams that I feel are going to disappoint, I kind of just mentioned it earlier. Arizona, you just hope that they're good.
Yeah.
And Green Bay is number 2, right? Because, it's a lot of hype going on around the defense, right? But are we sure that defense is going to be, do you trust in the defense to stop the run without Kenny Clark?
Without Kenny Clark, I just looked it up. We were second last year. Yes, we had Kenny Clark. We lost Kenny Clark, but we were second in yards per attempt against the run last year. 4.0. We were second. And we were top 5 in total run yardage last year as well.
Okay.
And Jeff Hadley, our new defensive coordinator, is rookie last year, absolutely turned the defense around. We were top 10 in pass, top 5 in rush. And yes, we lost Kenny Clark, but yes, I trust the defense. We got Rashawn Gary, Micah Parsons, Lucas Van Ness for some depth as well. I think we still got Devontae Wyatt. We got some guys.
Okay. Well, like I said, the hype with Green Bay, it's okay. Offensively, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
Defensively, okay. I'm expecting them, and by disappointment for me is it's high. Disappointment for me is wild card.
Okay.
You signed Micah Parsons to get to the wild card, right? So if you get anything,
well, here's the thing. What if we are a wild card? And then have a deep playoff run. That's how it was when we got.
So then that wouldn't be a disappointment.
Okay.
So what would be the disappointment is you sign Micah Parsons just to get to the wild card and lose.
Okay.
Supposed to lose.
Because the NFC North is good. I wouldn't be surprised again if the Lions win. I have the Packers winning it, but if the Lions win and we're a wild card team, but then we go on a run because that's happened before. That's how Aaron Rodgers got his Super Bowl.
But then you end up losing to Tampa Bay. Then you end up losing to Atlanta, a team you're supposed to beat. That's a pure disappointment, and I'm not letting you hear the end of it. Right?
Okay.
So yeah, that's disappointment for me, right? You find Micah Parsons, you have a dominant defense to get to the wild.
All right, explain to me how our offense is. You don't know. What's not to know?
If Jordan Love is going to be healthy.
Jordan Love, he's played two full seasons. He was only hurt for I think 2 games. He missed 2 games last year.
But he wasn't the same. You could tell he was.
Okay.
Which is normal for every injury, but it's like it's your quarterback. You need your quarterback to like play how he's supposed to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You trust what's his name?
Malik Willis? Oh, I sure do.
No, not Malik. Not
Okay.
Malik. Christian Watson.
Christian Watson? No, I do not trust him at all.
Okay.
Absolutely not. But lucky for us, we have a bunch of other guys at the wide receiver position. Like Jaden Reed. We just got Matthew Golden. Tucker Kraft. He's a beast. He's a great tight end.
Who? Cooper Kraft?
Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft. Okay. 2.5.
2.5. 2.5.
2.5 for Tucker. Okay.
Okay.
That's 2.
Romeo Dobbs.
Okay. You also got Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs. Yeah, the running back. He's a beast.
Okay. Decent.
We got a solid tight end, a great running back, and a good wide receiver room. And then maybe you add Christian Watson if he can stay healthy. Even if not, I think we're solid. And then Jordan Love, the Black Brett Favre. He is, though. He is.
You are full of shit. That is bad, bro. That is bad. No, man.
That's a compliment.
It is a compliment. It is a compliment. Man. That's crazy. That's actually crazy.
I'm definitely clipping this part now. We'll see. I'll tag you on the gram in this one. Jordan Love, the Black Brett Favre, man.
Wow, bro. Oh, that was good, bro. That was good.
Thank you.
Where do we go from here? That was good.
I don't know.